I know it's hard, I know it's complicated, but I promised you I've been waiting here forever. I had a much to say, but you're not here with me, no. We're invincible, like fire in the snow. Trust me when I say you are my beautiful world, and I'm feeling it all, we should make an effort. It's true you're so far away, and it's true you don't feel the same. But if you take my hand, we can try and go back, starting from scratch. I won't let you go, no I can't let you go, 'cause you're my gravity, and I will never leave. I won't let you go, no baby I will not, because I still believe. You're my gravity. You will never be what I expected. Different frequencies, that's why we ain't connected. You know I will make it through, I got nothing to lose but you. It's true you're so far away, and it's true I can feel the same. It's another day, you know you want me to stay, but I go my way. I won't let you go, no I can't let you go, 'cause you're my gravity, and I will never leave. I won't let you go, no baby I will not, because I still believe. You're my gravity. You're my gravity. You're calling out my name, but the echo numbs your pain. Sorry, but more than just a shadow, I'm more than just a man. You don't care how I feel, you don't know how I feel. No, you don't know how. I wash away the sorrow till my heart can beat again. You're my gravity. No, you're my gravity. I will let you go, the only thing that I know. You were my gravity, but now I have to leave. I will let you go. Why do you feel that I want? What do you think that I want? I know how to breathe into my gravity, into my gravity, into my gravity, into my gravity, into my gravity. I know it's hard, I know it's complicated, but I promised you I've been waiting here forever. I had a much to say, but you're not here with me, no. We're invincible, like fire in the snow. Trust me when I say you are my beautiful world, and I'm feeling it all, we should make an effort. It's true you're so far away, and it's true you don't feel the same. But if you take my hand, we can try and go back, starting from scratch. I won't let you go, no I can't let you go, 'cause you're my gravity, and I will never leave. I won't let you go, no baby I will not.
Warning. The Duracell Cup Series data file you have attempted to access is out of date. Uploading current file now.
It's a brand new car from stem to stern, and it's never been raced at these speeds.
The next gen car is opportunity.
Everything is different with the exception of like the seat, the steering wheel, and your helmet.
Unknown creates excitement.
Talking about my generation.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome here as we get set for our 33rd weekend of the 7th season of the NNSCRA Duracell Next Gen Cup Series. This is playoff race number 7 of this season, the first race of the round of 8. Coming off of last week where we ended up going from 12 drivers now down to our Elite 8 drivers. They get ready to traverse this final 3-race round beginning here at Boston International Raceway. 8 drivers competing for the championship. There's another 34 drivers in the field that are trying to end out the season with checkered flags. Expedited qualifying here this week for the Cup drivers based on the fact that only 42 drivers showed up here to take part in the Cup Series race. So we'll have 15 minutes here for the 42 drivers to go out there, set down a lap time, hopefully inside the fast 10 to be able to run for the pole in the second and final run of qualifying. Lights drivers are in town here as well. Doubleheader weekend. We'll see the Lights drivers later on this afternoon as they are in their penultimate race of the season. Their championship could be decided the same weekend that the Cup Drivers Championship is decided at the doubleheader in the Irish Hills of Michigan. And we're waiting here for lap times to start processing in. And we'll start having that ticker on the top of your screen when we get those. So 8 drivers, after the conclusion of last week, have now advanced their way into the next round of the playoffs. Dylan Poteet, the only driver to win during the round of 12 at Hanford, so he has 5 bonus points over the rest of his competition. But also moving on, rookie points leader Casey Hoyt, Jesse Turner, Daytona 500 winner Matthew Rodriguez, Reese Banks, Zach Rogers, Ryan Butcher, and Jessica Shelton. The 8 drivers that are competing here in the next leg of the playoffs for the championship. Ironically enough, coming here into Boston International, a track that's been on the schedule in this slot, this number 7 playoff race slot ever since season 1. 2 of those Elite 8 playoff contenders are former winners at this very place. Ryan Butcher, a former winner back in season 2. Jessica Shelton, the defending winner of this event. We've got 2 other former winners that are in the field as well this weekend. Charles Sanford, the defending champion, was a winner here back in season 3, and Ryan Brommer, champion runner-up from season 2, took the checkered flag back here in season 4. There's one of our playoff contenders. All 3 of the Lake Effect Autosport drivers still into the top half of the playoffs, advancing into this round of 8. Turner, Reese Banks, and Casey Hoyt. We ended up having a scenario a couple of seasons ago where 2 of the Auto Junction racing cars made it into the Final 4. Can you imagine the odds there could be if all 3 of the Lake Effect Autosport cars make it into the Final 4? That's a 75% chance that that organization will get their first ever championship. Turner, obviously the veteran. Reese Banks, a sophomore, ran in the rookie standings last year. Picked up a victory last year as well at Talladega. And then this year, of course, the rookie sensation Casey Hoyt with 3 victories on the year. Let's find the rest of our playoff drivers. There is the aforementioned Casey Hoyt. Just went up to 7th on the board from 12th, and then immediately drops to 9th as these lap times continue to pick up the longer the session goes on. Not quite to 10 minutes left to go. Rob Evans there. And there's Connor Breton. We talk about the drivers that moved on to this round of 8. 4 drivers, unfortunately, had to be eliminated. Rob Evans, the regular season champion. Connor Breton, 3-time winner on the season. And just a ways back here is also Keith Batson, who was the first driver on the outside looking in at the conclusion of last week. And after everything had been calculated up, Austin LaPlante, the other driver that was eliminated from the playoffs after the round of 12. It's Reggie Fogelman making his way down pit road. There's a couple former winners from Boston right here. Butcher, playoff contender. Winner from season 2 here at this racetrack. Ryan Butcher was the next to last driver to make his way into the Elite 8. Jessica Shelton just barely was the cut line driver, advancing her way in. Charles Sanford looking for his first win on the season, maybe trying to do it here at an old stomping ground that he's formerly got a checkered flag at. Zachary Fitzwater, he's had back-to-back top 10s here in the last 2 weeks. Top 5 run at Hanford, and then followed it up with a 10th place performance, I believe it was, last week at Arizona. So running some really good momentum is Fitzy. And there is Jessica Shelton, last driver to make it into the Elite 8 on points. Shelton keeping the hope alive for S3 Motorsports, who are looking for 3 championship trophies in a row. And trying as well to, I believe at this point, comparative to Nick Gunther and the Mazda last year, Shelton is the highest project car in the point standings in Duracell Cup Series history. Gunther, I believe, was eliminated in the round of 12 last season, if I recall correctly. Shelton's been able to advance into the round of 8, and as mentioned, the defending winner of this event. Right now, 38th on the board, though, so looking to find more speed for better track position. We'll see if track position is going to be really important tomorrow or not, as you're looking at a driver that feels that is the case. Daniel Voiles, who is top of the board right now at a 22.920. Currently 6/100ths up on Austin LaPlante, who was just recently eliminated from the playoffs last week, who sits second. Mitchell Collins, Chris Dollerton, and Will Goss, a trio of blue ovals in 3rd through 5th. Right now, the highest running of the playoff contenders would be Casey Hoyt, who's the only playoff driver inside of the top 10, currently in 9th place. Levi McIntyre, great run last week for him, his 2nd win on the season, picking up the checkered flag at Arizona Speedway. Levi 18th in overall points, first time in his career that he is a multiple-time winner in a single season. And looking to ride that momentum here this week at Boston. Right now 28th on the board for the handicap Hot Fries Ford Mustang. Trying to maybe get a draft lap here off of a fellow Mustang and Jesse Turner, and doesn't prove. He goes up to 18th, 23.174. Benjamin Miles had a great run last week. 39th on the board right now for him, though, as Laura Chung comes out ahead of him in the 77. Matthew Rodriguez in the 24 car out of Northeast Motorsports, 30th on the board right now as far as his fastest lap time. Rodriguez, the Daytona 500 winner. We've never had a Daytona 500 winner win the championship in the same year. We've never had a driver win the championship driving for 3 different manufacturers either, so a lot of historical accolades Matthew Rodriguez is chasing here as he's managed to make his way into the round of 8. Right there is Dylan Young on pit road. Keep an eye on him on the ticker on the top of your screen, because right now he has the 10th and final transfer position into the Fast 10 to run for the pole as we look at Zach Rogers in the 6. He's the last driver remaining for Evans Motorsports in the championship battle. Fitzwater was unable to get into the playoffs via a wild card spot. Evans got eliminated in the last round, and Rogers is the last remaining Chevrolet driver out of that camp. Right now, 33rd on the speed charts for Zach. Kyle Matthews in the 09, right now 21st. Had that good run at Hanford, a somewhat decent outing last week at Arizona. And a driver that's really been on it in qual. Whoa! That was close right there. Matt McIntyre and Ryan Brommer almost getting together. But go back to Michael Norman the last couple of weeks. He's been really good when it comes to qualifying. He was up inside the top 10 at both Hanford and Arizona, qualified up in the Fast 10, and was actually top of the charts in the first round of each one of those qualifying sessions. Right now, though, 18th on the board for the Pizza Hut Ford Mustang, and near disaster there for Ryan Brommer, Season 4 winner here at Boston. He and Matt McIntyre are getting together. Brommer has been on a streak as of late. Really good performances the last couple of weeks, now up to 27th in points. And Matt McIntyre has seemed to pick things up as of late also. Was the leader of the most laps back at Hanford. He was doing pretty well, working his way up through the field last week at Arizona. His home track came up second place to Levi McIntyre in the closing stages for a McIntyre 1-2 finish. And because of that, Matt has jumped up 3 spots to 33rd in points. Not only that, but he is actually up to the top of the board since we last checked. 22.919 for Matt McIntyre. So really doing a good job here in the closing stages of this season in preparation for next year, as he will return to the 21 out of Michael Norman Motorsports. There's Reese Banks in the 44 car. Reese is still looking for that first win on the season. He is now the only driver in the playoffs that does not have a victory, the only driver in the Elite 8 that has not gone to victory lane. His only victory, of course, during the playoffs last year when he was not in the championship hunt at Talladega, but he's been very consistent here during the playoffs and was able to point his way into the round of 8, the third entry out of Lake Effect Autosports, still competing for this championship. Right now, 24th on the board for the Aldo's Pizza Ford Mustang. A couple of teammates nose to tail right there. Chris Dollerton in the 83, Caleb Fogler in the 28, former champions in their own right. Dollerton right now 5th on the board, and Caleb Fogler is currently scored 27th fastest, so Dollerton is in line to move on to the Fast 10 as things currently look. James Qualls just ahead of them there in the 70, had a great run last week at Arizona, did Qualls. Right now 41st on the board at a 23.404 for James. There's our winner from the first race of the round of 12 at Hillside, Joshua Osborne. Right now he is 26th on the speed charts. Joe Collins right now in 4th at a 23.001. With Matt McIntyre jumping up to the top of the board, that did shuffle Dylan Young out of the Fast 10, and Casey Hoyt now sits on the bubble with 2.5 minutes remaining. Oh, got a spinner up here. That is Shelton in the 94 going around off of 4 on the front straightaway. Everyone going to try to avoid. That was close for Jose Mills and Matt McIntyre and Joshua Osborne there, trying to squeeze between Shelton and the outside wall. Fortunately, it doesn't look like anybody hit her, so she'll be able to get back to pit lane. But close call there on the front straightaway. Everybody, though, avoids. Will not have to go to backup cars. And that may be an indication that turn 4 could be a trouble spot tomorrow afternoon and later on this afternoon with the Duracell Ultralight Series drivers. Casey Hoyt right now, that 10th position to transfer into the Fast 10. He is currently, as things are scored, the only driver of the playoff contenders that is up inside of the top 10, so would be guaranteed the highest starting position for tomorrow afternoon's race if things don't change here in this next minute and a half or so. Matt Haas, 15th on the board right now in the Endurance Karting Toyota Camry. Matt Haas coming into this race currently in 35th in points. I feel like we haven't talked a whole lot about him here down the home stretch of this season. Been struggling a bit. There's Jose Mills, 13th on the board right now. Mills currently just ahead of Benjamin Miles. Jose Mills, one of those drivers that we have yet to know his status, if he's going to be returning next season or not. The most winningest driver in the Duracell Cup Series. Austin LaPlante right now third on the board, 1 week removed from being eliminated from the playoffs. Had that rather interesting unorthodox strategy last week where he was out in front and then pit on the restart, the only restart we had of the day, finished a lap down and subsequently dropped below the cut line and was eliminated from the playoffs. He, along with Connor Breton, so the only driver left for Northeast Motorsports to win the championship would be Matthew Rodriguez. Ryan Butcher right now 36th on the board. Looks like a lot of the playoff drivers not finding a lot of good speed in terms of qualifying. Maybe they're translating it over to long run speed for the race tomorrow afternoon, but right now Casey Hoyt's the only one up inside of the top 10 and 10th. Next closest to him would be Jesse Turner in 17th. And then Reese Banks in 24th. Matthew Rodriguez down in 31st. Zach Rogers 34th. Ryan Butcher in 36th. Jessica Schultz in 39th. And Dylan Poteet, the one that comes in as the current points leader. We haven't seen him on the racetrack here yet, but Poteet, of course, the winner from Hanford, carries those 5 bonus points here into this round of 8 over the rest of his competition. He is dead last on the charts right now at a 23.487. So he is slated to start shotgun on the field here tomorrow. Going to have to do a little bit of research of the previous races and see where the eventual race winner started from on the grid and see if track position will be as important as it may seem. As zeros on the clock, session is complete, and only Casey Hoyt is going to be the one to move on to the Fast 10 of the playoff contenders. Going to be joined by the fastest here this afternoon, Matt McIntyre, 1/1000th over Daniel Voiles here in round 1. Austin LaPlante, Mitchell Collins, Chris Dollarton, the top 5, then Will Goss, Cody Lamas, Connor Breton, Keith Batson, and Casey Hoyt going to be the Fast 10 that will move on to run for the pole position for tomorrow afternoon's event. Kind of ironic, 3 of the drivers up here in the Fast 10 are 3 of the 4 that were eliminated after last week at Arizona. LaPlante, Breton, and Batson. So looking for a little bit of redemption, maybe a little bit of pressure taken off of them since they're not out there necessarily looking for points towards the championship now. They're just out there going for track position, going for wins to close out the year, but we'll see if any of those drivers will be able to translate it into a pole position for tomorrow afternoon, as we'll take a look at the rest of the results here. We ran you down through where the 8 playoff contenders were, specifically the 7 that will not advance into the Fast 10. Casey Hoyt, the only one right now that can improve his starting position, but he'll have 9 other hungry drivers looking for that pole also, as they will come down to pit road. They'll sit there, get those engines cooled down a bit, and head out for the final 5-minute session. That comes up right after this NCRA TV race break. Don't go anywhere. Coverage continues from Boston right after this. Thank you for tuning in to today's broadcast on NNSCRA TV. If you enjoyed your watching, it would help us out a lot if you'd hit that like button. Also, if you're not already, be sure to subscribe to become a part of the NCRA crew today. And if you're on your phone, be sure to click that bell to be notified whenever we have a broadcast here on NSRA TV. Once again, we thank you for your support, and we hope you continue to enjoy today's broadcast. Getting ready for our final round of qualifying here. The Fast 10 going to run for the pole position for tomorrow afternoon's race here from Boston International. Casey Hoyt, the driver that all the playoff contenders will be keeping an eye on here, the only one of the Elite 8 to move on to this second round of qualifying. So he would have, should we have just had the one and done round of qualifying, rolled off from 10th he can improve his starting position here in this one, as Austin LaPlante still looking for that first win on the season, just recently removed from the playoffs last week. It'll be the first one out there on track, and he should be on the clock right here. So in terms of the drivers that are running for the pole position, for Casey Hoyt, he's looking for his second pole on the season. Austin LaPlante is looking for his first. Will Goss, he's looking for his second. Mitchell Collins is looking for his second. Chris Dollerton looking for his second. Cody Lamas is looking for his second. Matt McIntyre looking for his first. Daniel Voiles is looking for his third pole on the season. And Keith Batson is looking for his second. So for two drivers, LaPlante and McIntyre, they are both looking for their first. Everybody else looking to be a repeat pole sitter. Voiles looking for his third, which would tie him with Charles Sanford for most poles on the season. LaPlante has clocked in at a 23.872. Improves it there to a 23.749. Right now, I believe only two drivers have taken time at this point. Most everybody else is getting up to speed or currently on their money lap. Matt McIntyre, I believe, is the other driver that has taken time so far at a 23.842. Matt McIntyre just besting the driver that was right behind him here, Daniel Voiles, by 1/1000th in round one, a 22.919 to a 22.920. And top of the board right now is Matt McIntyre in the Mac Tools Ford Mustang, 23.432, as he has to make his way around the outside of the 11 of Will Goss. Someone just jumped up to the top of the board, and that was Keith Batson, 23.367 for the Jiffy Lube Ford Mustang. That right there, that lap time would not have even put him inside of the top 20 from the first round. But right now has him on the pole position. No improvement for LaPlante. Improvement for Matt McIntyre, though. 23.341. That is about 2/100ths faster than Keith Batson for Matt McIntyre. Matt McIntyre was in the Fast 5 or Fast 10 last week to run for the pole position. Came up just short. Whoop! Someone just leapfrogged him. It was the driver that got the draft off of him. Daniel Voiles, 23.316 for the Oreo Ford Mustang, looking for his third pole on the season. And he just got bettered by Casey Hoyt. 23.259 for the Body Armor Ford Mustang. Looking to lead the field to green tomorrow as the highest starting playoff contender, looking for his fourth win on the season. Can that hold? We've got about 3/4 of a minute left. And Casey Hoyt, who is already a former pole sitter on the year, looking for his second pole position. And remember as well, what is on the line for Casey Hoyt and the other 7 playoff contenders tomorrow. If you win, you're locked into the Final Four. You don't have to worry about 2 other tough racetracks here in this final round, Daytona and Rockingham. 15 seconds to go. Doesn't look like, at least for the moment, unless somebody's got something in their hip pocket at the very last second to better the 23.259 laid down by Casey Hoyt. He will improve from a 10th place starting position to the pole in the matter of 5 minutes, and zeros are on the clock. Casey Hoyt, Daniel Voiles, Matt McIntyre, Keith Batson, Will Goss, Mitchell Collins, the top 6, all blue ovals, would hold the first 3 rows for tomorrow afternoon's race here from Boston. And it looks like that is going to be the case. We had 7 Fords and 3 Chevrolets that advanced here into this final round of qualifying, and Casey Hoyt just hoping that this session, he wants to see the red and black flags out here saying that all scoring is ceased, the event is completed, and that he is going to be at the top of the pylon at P1. I believe scoring has stopped, so we're just waiting for the official word, and there it is. Casey Hoyt is going to be the pole sitter for tomorrow's race, second pole of his career, second pole of the season, and a playoff contender will lead us to green in tomorrow afternoon's 7th playoff race here at Boston. The only driver to advance into the Fast 10 and made the most of it. He'll share the front row with Daniel Voyles, who comes up runner-up in 2 straight sessions here this afternoon. Second on the speed charts to Matt McIntyre in round 1. Second on the speed charts to Casey Hoyt here in round 2. Matt McIntyre, though, follows up his top of the board in round 1 for 3rd place starting tomorrow. Will Goss will be alongside of him in 4th. And then another row of blue ovals in row 3 with Keith Batson and Mitchell Collins. Cody Lamas will be the highest starting Chevrolet from 7th. Chris Dollerton in 8th. And then teammates out of Northeast Motorsports will comprise the final row in the top 10, row 5 with LaPlante and Connor Breton. A couple of drivers just recently eliminated from the playoffs. So will this pole position translate to a final 4 golden ticket for Casey Hoyt tomorrow afternoon? We'll have to wait and see. But thank you all for tuning into this qualifying session. If you enjoyed it, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to Part Crew today. We'll see you guys later on this afternoon as it is the 19th penultimate race for the Duracell Ultra Light Series drivers here from Boston International. Sets us up for who's going to be in the hunt for the championship at Michigan and who is not. And then tomorrow afternoon, we continue our playoffs on here for the Duracell Next Gen Cup Series from Boston International at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I hope you guys will join us for that as things are getting very interesting in terms of who's going to be in that Final Four for the championship when we get to Michigan. But until then, I've been Seth Cole, and you've been watching the broadcast courtesy of SRA TV, Offline Racing at its best.